Hello. In this video, we're going to go ahead and solve the equation by completing the square. The equation is x squared minus 4x equals negative 3. The first step is to get the equation in the form of x squared plus bx equals c. The x is on the left-hand side, a 1 in front of x squared, and the constant on the right-hand side. Notice that this equation is already in that form. There's a 1 in front of x squared, both x's on the left-hand side, and the constant term is on the right-hand side. So the next step is to find b, and b is just the number in front of x, and in that case, or in this case, it's going to be negative 4. So off to the side, what we need to do is take that negative 4 and divide by 2. Why 2? Well, it's just the process. So negative 4 divided by 2 is going to give us negative 2. And that's going to be that happy face from our steps that we saw earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this negative 2 and we are going to square it. When you square the negative 2, you get 4. Now this is important because the negative needs to be inside the parentheses here before you square it if you're typing this into the calculator. Otherwise, it'll give you negative 4, and that's just wrong. So make sure we get the negative in the parentheses here. Awesome. So in our previous steps, this negative 2 represents the smiley face, and the 4 represents that squiggly face. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this squiggly face, the 4, and add it to both sides of this equation. So that's going to give me x squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to negative 3 plus 4. And the entire goal of doing this is so that the left-hand side is now a perfect square trinomial, which means it will factor the exact same way every time. X something squared equals whatever negative 3 plus 4 is. In this case, that's just 1. So the left-hand side, we have a positive here, which means that, well, honestly, you could just figure this out by going over here. This negative 2 is what is put over here. So minus 2 there. Awesome. Now that we have this, let's go ahead and solve this equation. Notice something squared equals 1. All we need to do is use the square root property, which means x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1. And simplify the square root of 1. In this case, that's just going to be 1. So that gives me x minus 2 equals plus or minus 1. Now move the 2 to the right-hand side and be very careful how you do this. This is going to give us x equals positive 2 plus or minus 1. But notice because there is no radical here, we need to go ahead and combine these two. But that means that we need to understand that this is in fact two different numbers. So we have 2 minus 1 and we have 2 plus 1. So 2 minus 1 will give us 1 and 2 plus 1 will give us 3. So x equals 1 and 3. And those are the two solutions to this particular equation. Now notice that this equation, because these are integers, we could have actually just factored this to begin with. Add the 3 to the left-hand side, and the factors are x minus 1 and x minus 3. But the question specifically said to complete the square. Alrighty, well, I believe that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Have fun.